What's up, world? I'm Rida. This is Phat Mama, and tonight we're simply going to talk about what makes a healthy relationship as far as when it comes to conversation, trust,
Keeping you guys close as a couple.
sex,
Yeah.
and anything else. What I think as a good relationship or what keeps a healthy relationship, you have to have communication and you have to think outside the box on a lot of things. And you have to be spontaneous with a lot of stuff. I mean, I may be gay, be a lesbian or whatever, but I don't want the same shit to happen every single day. Like, I gotta be able to talk to you, be able to be like, just argue with you for no reason, but in the end, it
Makeup
be
sex.
funny or whatever. I mean, you ain't even gotta have sex, you feel me? Like, I don't even have to have sex just to, be happy or have a healthy relationship.
Sex doesn't make the relationship.
Hell no, I don't make my relationship. I don't give a fuck. Like, we can fuck tonight, and then tomorrow we ain't gotta fuck. The next day we ain't gotta fuck. We can fuck that following week.
I love sex, but considering me and my boyfriend are like at this distance, that kind of test the trust issues. Like, I mean, and he works at a club too, so ain't no telling what he could be doing behind my back. And just like he don't know what I could be doing behind his back. But if you really trust and love that person, then you know there ain't nothing going on. And even though you be sexually frustrated, the point is that it still works. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Yeah. And okay, like she's just, I would say, a couple of miles away. Well, yeah, a couple of miles
She's
away.
like a couple of states.
I'm like, well, right now, and it's just temporary. I'm a couple of states. And I mean, we live together. Ouch. And right now we're in the process of moving to well, my second hometown or whatever. And so in a couple of days, basically a week or so, whenever the 11th is, we'll be back together, and it's gonna be one big happy family. But I've been without her for a good minute, and like it was like when I was with her, I could barely trust her, and then we came up with this idea of you go away and see how it is. And I kind of trust her more because it's like the bitch ain't got shit to do. I mean, I'm not down there or whatever. She ain't got shit to do. I told her to go visit her family. And that's basically all that she's been doing because, she's going to leave. She's going to be up here with me. So that's life. So a good conversation. What would be technically a good conversation for you and your relationship?
Okay. When I first met my boyfriend, the night I met him, I thought it was just gonna be fun for that night, and I was kind of gonna be done with him. But obviously, he had other intentions. So I kind of was like, why is this guy still calling me and texting me? Like, leave me alone. But then one night I actually sat down and I talked to him, and we talked for about 3-4 hours about anything. And that is key in a relationship is communication, because a lot of guys I talk to, they just like, hey, what you doing? Nothing. What you doing? Nothing. And it's just a bunch of silence on the phone. But when you can communicate, it helps build trust. It helps like bring you closer together. It lets you know that you're interested in each other. rather than just sitting there like, so, what's up? That's it. You
Well,
gotta communicate.
and it's kind of funny because when I actually think about it, it was like the dude that she goes with is my fucking brother. I didn't know that until the day that I actually talked to him on the phone because we didn't see each other like in some years, and it was just great. And now because me and her besties is like she knows all the inside scoop, and hey, I mean I don't get him in trouble. She just some shit she gotta know or whatever. I'm pretty sure he knows that I tell her a lot of shit. But so fucking what? But when it comes to me and my girl, I kid you not, we met like how it's funny how we met and how we first seen each other. We met on Urban Chat, an internet site or whatever, like Facebook. And she happened to be in town or whatever, so me being who I am, I always go out or whatever, and it wasn't like no late night shit. It was like in the middle of the day. Went out and simply ran into her, and it was like, oh my god, you're the girl from Urban Chat. And from that day forth, we talked. I mean, we didn't have shit to talk about, but we would be on the phone from sun up to sundown, basically, like I kid you not,
Can you breathe?
23, 20, basically 24 hours of the day, and it didn't matter. We fell asleep on the phone together. Rather she fell asleep first, I fell asleep first. It didn't matter. We would wake up. Good morning. How you doing? What you getting ready to do? And it was like if she had to work at night, we would be on the phone sleep until the time that she needs to get up and get ready for work. And then I would be asleep the rest of the night. And by the time she got off, because we was in a time difference or whatever, she got off at the time that I'll be up getting ready for my job or whatnot. And it was like that. And she knew when she could call to talk to me when I was on at work, and I knew when I could call and talk to her, which at her job, plus she was working at night, it didn't really give a matter when I called her. Used to be on the phone with her or whatever while people was giving their orders, and I would be sitting there just cracking up because people don't be looking at the menu and be saying one thing with one and the other. So we be talking about stuff like that. That's a great first impression on a relationship, especially when you're gonna have some type of distance between y'all if you're not staying together, and that's what draws you closer. Um, I can say when I fell in love with her, it it wasn't the type of love like how some of these ratchet ass hoes be out here falling in love talking about some, oh, he or she gave me some good head, or oh, she or he be buying me this and that. I kid you not. I fell in love with her over the fact that we had great communication, her personality. I mean, yeah, she gave me a hug when
That's
I
true.
first seen her or whatever, but I didn't give a fuck about that. I didn't fall in love with that. I did not have sex with her. I did not kiss her. We did not have no type of real touching type of shit for me to fall in love with her. So when you say that you don't know what love is, you got to find it in yourself and then find it in that person. And that's what the hell I did. What about you? What about you? What about
Well,
you?
that kind of brings up the situation. Like, my relationship was like, I done been through a lot of shit. So I told myself that this time I wouldn't be so vulnerable. I wouldn't open up so easily. And then, I got my own baggage. And what attracted me to Keenan is that he fought for me. Like, he was there for me. And, like, like, I got two kids. And he didn't have a problem with that. and he actually remembered my kids' names compared to some of my other boyfriends. And I told him when we first got together, I told him that I was gonna be celibate before until marriage. And I told him that before we officially got together, because I was trying to see if this is what I wanted, and he was cool with that too. And I was like, this sounds like something that can work. And yeah, we are kind of far away, but I trusted him, and he trusted me. But then we had this issue, like when she just said, in order to love that person, you gotta love yourself first. So I'm kind of going through this stage where I'm kind of feeling like I need to find myself first. And I thought I wanted to do it alone, and this tested our relationship like to the fullest. And he didn't really understand what I was coming from and why I wanted to do it alone, and he got mad and kind of wanted to break up and like for good. And I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know. And I really thought about it, like, is it really worth losing him over this? Because this is like I really we ain't been dating that long, but I feel for him quicker than I feel for anybody else. I was like, do I really want to lose that because I got a few issues? He ain't got a problem with it, so I don't got a problem with it. What is it? Oh, that's your thing. But I don't know. Like right now, we're okay for now. But no relationship is perfect. You're gonna have the ups and downs. But how you know it's real is that in the end, after you go through those ups and downs, is that you're still together and you're closer than ever and not farther apart and whatnot and stuff and crap or whatever.
Um, I was gonna say something. Oh, when it comes to like keeping the relationship on its toes, what would you do to keep your relationship on its toes?
Mm, like, what exactly do you mean by that?
Like keeping it spicy, juicy,
Mm,
but
not
not in a
necessarily
sexual
sex.
way.
Yeah.
Like without the sex.
At
If
all.
y'all didn't have sex at all, what would you do to keep it spicy and juicy?
Well, first off, as a couple, you gotta you gotta know what each other likes. You gotta know what each other wants. You can't just go and try some random shit. You gotta really know what your spouse wants. So to keep it spicy without sex, it's kind of hard. Now, I don't know. Like, I know he likes to be, as far as my relationship personally, he likes to be massaged and touched on and stuff like that. And he just likes to be like in that comfort, like me and him together, like we can just hold each other all day. We ain't gotta have sex, even though sex is nice, but we ain't gotta have sex. It's just knowing that your couple is there for you, or doing things they like, or keeping your guard. I mean, keeping yourself up. Don't just think because now y'all living together or whatever, you just let yourself loose and look all right and shit. Unless that's who you really are. But I don't know. It's a lot of shit you can do to keep your relationship spicy. You just gotta know what your partner wants. What about you?
Um, when it
Did
comes,
she say bitch?
no, it says.
Oh, I thought it was a B.
Wait, can you see it? Can you see it? Nope, wrong
No,
way.
gotta go all the way, all the way. Too much light. There you go. Turn. Yep, yep, there you go.
My cup says Rida. Wait. Well, fuck it. It says Rida, okay? But if my relationship didn't have sex,
Mm.
how could I keep it spicy or juicy? All I would do is basically because like when me and my girl was together or whatever, shit, we didn't have sex every fucking day. Uh,